Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another match preview video. Today's video we're going to be previewing the round 5 matches and having a look at round 4. Also getting your subscriber challenge tips and all your predictions for the round. So let's start off with the Bulldogs and the Swans from last week. Had a few people tip the Bulldogs right, but there was no one who got the first goal scorer. And I don't think anyone was really close to the margin. So have another go this week. Like I said, whoever nails it for the first time, there'll be a big prize. I'm thinking of doing something like a giveaway or something like that, so make sure to keep guessing that subscriber challenge. The giveaway is real. There'll 100% be a winner if someone can get the margin, the first goal scorer, and the winner. So we have a look at last week's game. The Bulldogs took on the Swans. The Dogs were just way too good for the Swans. Marcus Bontempelli was best on ground in this game. He absolutely killed it. Took a few courageous marks in the first half and was basically doing it all game. Marcus Bontempelli too good, and the Dogs too good. 10-7-67 to the Swans, 5-9-39. The Dogs win 2 in a row as we look at the Giants on a Friday night. So the Giants beat the Pies in a very close matchup. There's been some big news this week with Still Sidebottom. He will be out for 4 weeks after breaching the COVID-19 protocols, which is actually crazy to think that he put himself in that situation to be suspended and all that kind of stuff. So no Still Sidebottom, but the Giants got the job done over the Pies in a very close game. The Giants pip the Swans yet again. Now this game, I think I tipped the Eagles, and the Eagles got absolutely smashed by the Power. I didn't think it would go this way. 13-11, 89 to the Eagles, 6-5, 41. I thought the Eagles would definitely come out and be a lot better than they were in the previous weeks. They were absolutely smashing this game, and I don't know where this will lead the Eagles as we push on further, and they have a lot of work to do, because as you guys can see here, if we go just down the ladder, the Eagles are 1 win and 2 losses. They haven't won since the restart of the season. The Saints beat the Tigers in my game of the round. Now, I said this was the game of the round just on the fact that I wanted to see just how well St Kilda could match up against Richmond, considering how poorly both teams performed a week beforehand, and how poorly teams were, both of them, because both St Kilda and Richmond both struggled the weeks before. But St Kilda come out and top Dan Butler against his old team was absolutely ridiculous. He led the Saints to a big win. The Bombers lost to the Blues by 1 point. Now this is probably one of the most non-exciting games of the week. I followed the Bombers, and watching that game I was extremely bored. I don't know what it was. It was just a very tough game to watch as the Blues get the job done they actually win 2 in a row, the Blues, so they're starting to get going. The Gold Coast Suns defeated the Dockers. The Gold Coast Suns train will carry on. Matt Rowell is still playing some good footy, and that is definitely going to continue. The Lions beat the Crows. The Crows were much better. I mean, I think Hugh McCluggage and Lachie Neale kicked like 13 points or 12 points between them. So if Lachie Neale kicks all them goals, he would have had 30 disposals and kicked 6 goals. He definitely is my favourite for the Brownlow at this point. I did not watch this game, but I've seen a lot of people review it and just say how bad it was. But the D's couldn't get the job done against the Cats. The Cats win by 3 points at the MCG. Demons have a lot of work to do, I feel. They've started this season pretty poorly, considering the hype again for them and how good they would have been. And the last game of the round was an exciting game. The Hawks defeated the Kangaroos in a close 4-point game. So the scores have been much lower than we've basically expected. Now, I don't know if that's due to the season being 16-minute quarters and all that kind of stuff, but the Hawks get the job done. So comment down below, guys, if you guys were surprised by any of the results as we move on to round number 5 in tonight's match. Make sure to comment down below the winner, the first goal scorer, and the margin. Like I said, the winner will get a big giveaway if they can get the job done. The Blues and the Saints will be taking each other on from Marvel Stadium. I think this game will go right down to the wire, but I feel like the Saints will get the better of the Blues. I think the Blues get Harry Mackay back, and I feel like this is a game the Saints can really set their season up. I mean, they can go to 3-2, but if the Blues win this, that's 3 in a row for the Blues. I think this will be a really good game, but I'm tipping the Saints. Bombers and the Pies. I think this is an interesting game considering what's happened with the Pies in the last few days. I'm still tipping the Pies to win this. The Bombers had a few injuries. Zach Merritt's also going to miss with his suspension after hitting Jack Silvani, which I thought was one of the softest suspensions ever. I'm tipping the Pies to win by around 12 points in this game. My tip for tonight, also, my first goal is going to be Eddie Betts. I'm going to tip the Saints by 18 points in a very tight game. But let's move on to the Eagles and the Swans. at Metricon Stadium. Surely the Eagles can respond after what's been happening. I'm definitely tipping the Eagles. I think it'll be a good game, but I feel like the Eagles will be able to get the job done. They'll be able to start to get their season back on track. This will be an interesting game as well. The Cats and the Suns from Geelong. This is the big test for Gold Coast. This is definitely a game I will be tuning into. Can Gold Coast back up their good form from playing on the Gold Coast, and can they come out on top? I'm tipping the Cats, though, in a very tight game. Bulldogs and North at Marvel on Saturday night. This is an interesting game as well. I don't really know how well these two teams have been, how well they've been playing and how good these two teams are. I still think the Bulldogs will get the job done. I think the Bulldogs have a better list, but it will be a good game, and I'm tipping the Dogs. Lions and the Power. This will be a very good game as well. It's like 1v3 at the moment. This is a big test for the Power to see if they really are the real deal, considering just how good Brisbane are. I am tipping, though, the Lions will win this. I think they'll be a little bit too strong. Even though Power are spending their time up in Brisbane, I think the Lions will just be a little bit too strong. As we move on to the Sunday games, Adelaide and the Dockers. Not too much to say about this game. I mean, they're two worst teams in the league at the minute. I'm tipping the Dockers to win this. I think they're a little bit too strong for the Crows. They're in crisis at the minute, the Crows, and I don't see them winning too many games this season. The Tigers and the Melbourne Football Club, another interesting game. Richmond lose this in their season. This is a must-win for the Tigers. They lose this, and their backs are extremely against the wall heading into round 6. And we don't know what's happening with all these hub situations, so this will definitely be an exciting game, and I'm tipping the Tigers to win this by around 25 points. I think the Tigers will bounce back, and they'll finally find their groove. The last game of the round is the Giants and the Hawks up in Sydney. I think the Giants will win this quite comfortably, even though the Hawks have been playing some good footy. They're 3-1. I'm going to tip the Giants in a close game, but I feel like they will just be a little bit too strong. So they're my tips for the week. Make sure to comment down below, guys. Like I said, the challenge for tonight, St Kilda and Carlton, as we move on to match of the round. So my game of the round is the Cats and the Gold Coast Suns. I feel like there's a lot to learn from this game. Can the Gold Coast Suns keep their good form going, and can Matt Rowell keep the Gold Coast Suns? Basically, they've lost one game, and it was round 1, and they've been extremely good since then. So this is my game of the round, the Gold Coast Suns and the Blues. And the Cats. Make sure to comment down below, guys, your match of the round. And give me your tips for the week, because I love seeing your tips. I love seeing what you guys have to say about all the games and all that good stuff. Make sure to get involved in the challenge for tonight and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next AFL.